Hey sir, I am Decadet Ceciliato Gasal Engineer, and here is my midterm individual project. So these are the questions that we are going to tackle today. So for the first question, if the variation and deviation are given, how do you determine the compass error? So if the variation and division have the same unit, we may simply add them to get the compass error and subtract in the other hand if they have different units and call it after the largest value. For example, we have the variation of 4 degrees east and the deviation of 3 degrees east. Since they have the same sign, we'll be adding them to get the compass error of 7 degrees east. For the second question, if the variation and compass error are given, how do you determine the deviation? Well, depending on the situation, we'll simply subtract or add the variation on the compass error to obtain the division. So the name of the variation must be reversed as a result of this. If they have the same name, simply add the sign and copy it. And if the values are different, subtract and name it after the higher value. So we had the compass course of 4 degrees east and the variation of 2 degrees east. Since we will be reversing the direction, we'll be subtracting the 4 degrees east to 2 degrees west. So the deviation will be 2 degrees east. Third question, if the true bearing and compass bearing are given, how do you determine the compass error? To find the compass error for a given true bearing and compass bearing, just subtract the two, keeping in mind that if the compass at least, the error is east, and the compass at best is the error is west. So for example, the true bearing is 175 degrees true and the compass bearing is 170 degrees. The compass error will be 005 degrees east. For the question 4, if the compass course, deviation, and variation are given, how do you determine the true course? So to get the true course with this given, we need to use the correcting method, which is the candid when vote twice, or CDMVT. So for example, the compass course is 77 degrees and the deviation is 5 degrees west and the variation is 3 degrees east. So we need to input first the given values to the said formula. So we need to take note that in the candid when vote twice, the east is addition and the west is subtraction. So 77 degrees will be subtracted by the division of 5 degrees west, then the magnetic, which is 72 degrees, will be added to 3 degrees east variation, and we will have the true course of 75 degrees true. Question 5. The true course, variation, and division is given. How do you determine the compass course? So to get the compass course with this given, we need to use the uncorrecting method, which is the true Virgo makes the company, or the TVMDC. For example, the true course is 75 degrees true, the deviation is 5 degrees west, the variation is 3 degrees east. We need to find the compass course. Let us put first the given variables in this designated formulas. So in the two Virgos make the company, the east will be subtraction and the west will be addition. So 75 degrees true will be subtracted by the variation of 3 degrees east, and the magnetic course will be added to the deviation of 5 degrees west. So 72 degrees plus 5 degrees west will result to the compass course of 77 degrees. Question 6. Explain how to update variation in compass rows. First thing we need to do is to find the gaps in years. Next is to multiply the years by the annual increase or decreasing of variation in the locality. And lastly is to subtract or add with the original variation on the chart. We have the example of magnetic variation 4 degrees and 15 minutes west in 2009, increasing about 8 minutes east annually, and in 2022 the variation will have the increase of 8 degrees east each by year for 13 years with a total of 104 minutes or 1 degrees 44 minutes east. So subtracting this to the 4 degrees 15 minutes west, because they don't have the same direction, then we will find the variation for 2022 will be 2 degrees and 31 minutes west. So the updated variation 2 degrees and 31 minutes west. So that would be all for my video. Thank you.